Namaskar, I'm Ashok Vyad and I have the pleasure of welcoming Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parikh for this special weekly edition. Dr. Sahab, namaste. Swagat.
Namaskar.
So as we are very close to 26 January, I would begin by requesting you to share when this special national festival of Bharat is nearby, what are your thoughts about the way India has arrived at international platform?
Well, I think India has arrived long way, and now India is kind of one of the leader of the world, and it's in the leadership position. As we know that India is now has a presidency of G20, which is 20 largest countries of the world. And I think India has done so much progress. India economy is now almost 3 trillion plus economy, and hope to go for 5 trillion probably end of the 2030, and even 5 trillion by 2050. So India is really moving forward with all vigor and all the force and all the success, and the Indian people are moving forward, moving upward. Their life quality of the life is much improved. They are almost like a Western world, like a style of the living in India. Middle class is much more affluent, and they are consuming and enjoying the life quite a bit, and it's a good news.
So overall, again, as the vantage point from where you are looking at it also makes a difference. So we'll go to the streets with Rahul Gandhi and the Bharat Jodo Yatra, and you probably must have come across the news that not only he's walking fast, but those who are walking with him, one of them was a member of parliament in Punjab, and then either because he had a heart attack or it had something to do with the cold and the brisk walk or whatever. So we lost him. Talk to me about the possible interpretation of people regarding this particular instance.
Well, no, this is a medical incidence. It has nothing to do with the yatra or nothing to do with anything. I mean, just like as you heard this just now, that our good friend Chugh dropped dead because heart attack can happen to anyone. And that member of parliament was also an elderly gentleman. We don't know his real medical history. So anything can happen, and sudden heart attack or heart death is well known in medical field. So I consider as an unfortunate incident happened public arena platform, and I think God bless that member of parliament who passed away. But I don't think there is any. There should not be any criticism that because of yatra he passed away or because of yatra he got a heart attack. And I'm sure even India nobody is commenting that. Even strongest opponent of the Rahul Gandhi, they are not saying anything because that's not the right thing to do.
So you mentioned about Roger Chugh, and you said a good friend also, and I know he was very active with the community and in different ways with different organizations and politically also. Whosoever is active with the community, they make their impact, their contribution. And any memories about?
Yeah, I think Roger Chugh was very active in New Jersey politics. He was very close to Governor McGravy. When Governor McGravy's campaign, he was very active. I remember that we did a lot of fundraiser for Governor McGravy. Of course, his governorship does not last too long because of his
scandal,
sexual orientation, not the scandal, but sexual orientation, and he handled it very poorly. But Roger Chugh was very affluent, I mean, very influential in New Jersey politics, and I'm sure he was influenced in the New York politics too. Particularly, he helped a lot of Indian American, and I think he was a real community leader, always very sweet talker, and always helpful to the others. That's all I would say, and I pray God to bless him, rest in the peace, and we should remember him as our one of the community leader who just did so much thing for community, and he's no more here.
Yeah. So I also would mention I met him many times at Hindu temple, and especially during Ganesh Ratha Yatra, and a very devoted member of our community also, and we pray for his soul. Moving with Rahul Gandhi's some of the utterances which are kind of creating a little bit of ripples here and there. So recently somebody asked him about Varun Gandhi and the possibility that he would perhaps join Congress or something. So to that he responded by saying that we are ideologically different. So he put a closed door on that possibility. But one thing which he said, and I seek your comment on it, he said that I will never go to RSS office, even if you cut my throat. Now that, even if you are criticizing, so there is a borderline of intolerance. This would come because he is aware that Prime Minister himself comes with the RSS background. How do you see this in the context of spreading love and uniting India?
No, I think it doesn't fit right. Optically, it's wrong. The way, if he says so, then what you are describing, then I think it's not right, because on one hand he is walking from Kanyakumari to Kashmir to get rid of all this hate and nafrat and a lot of unnecessary bickering and political division. And then other hand, if he says that I will not go to RSS office, I think that's not right. And I think that does not, I don't know in what context he said that, but on obviously if I look at that one sentence, then I would say he was wrong.
Yeah. This was in the context of somebody asking whether Varun Gandhi is going to join. So anyway, so moving towards the other side, which relates to Prime Minister Narendra Modi's roadshow in Delhi. And of course, as always, a lot of excitement and many people in Delhi. But do you read something more in this roadshow which kind of sprang up suddenly?
I think it's a political rhetoric, and it's a political kind of, everyone has right to do roadshow. And in Indian politics, the roadshow gives very high profile of the event. So they had that parliamentary board meeting, 2 days meeting, and by having roadshow, I think what Prime Minister did is galvanize all their parliamentary board members and BJP workers and so forth. So I think Prime Minister has right to do that, and the Prime Minister, what he did is good thing for BJP and good thing for RSS workers and so forth.
And now I come to America, and then I'll go back to India, Pakistan. President Biden's discovery of the classified documents at his personal office in Delaware also probably, and that is creating a lot of political uncomfortable space for President Biden. How do you read this development?
Well, I mean, this shows that there is some kind of breach in how to keep the classified documents for national security purpose. And I mean, Trump, we found in Trump's home in Mar-a-Lago, and then at that time Biden says that Trump is completely irresponsible person, and after 15 days we found in Biden's home. So that shows that in politics you have to be very careful what you say, because it can come back boomerang on you, and that's a classical example. And I think it's more of a political thing. I mean, that can prevent Biden from the running for office, because if they find something more damaging into the content of those documents, and that was not only in his office in Washington, but his home in Delaware, and there is no security check at home, and anybody can go in and go out. So we don't know who handled that document, who used that document, or probably nobody has used that document, but we don't know. So it's kind of the way God has kind of planned the whole thing, in a sense that always, if you are living in a glass house, you don't throw a stone on the other person's glass house. Otherwise, you get hurt.
Yeah, but I think what this tells, if every politician is to follow, then they will have to keep their mouth shut, because everyone is somewhere. This may work against Democrats overall, also in terms of them holier than thou kind of image, which most of the time they try to project. But this also tells us that somewhere down the line, whether it is America, India, whichever country it is, might is right is the undercurrent in most of the people's mind, and they feel they'll get away with it as long as they get away with it. And switching gears and talking about a very sad accident actually in Nepal. Plane took off from Kathmandu to Pokhara, and it was to land at airport, which was inaugurated on 1st January itself. But the plane crashed, 68 passengers died, including with 4 crew members. That included 5 youths who were traveling to Nepal. People are blaming that there is some Chinese involvement in the way this was built, etc. Talk to me about this scenario overall.
No, I don't think so, because this plane was almost 15 to 20 years old. And I don't think Chinese were making or building any plane that time. And number 2, that I think what I heard from the analysis of the different expert, that Nepal has kind of record of very low standard maintenance of the plane. There is a lot of shortcuts and a lot of short circuits, and pilots are not well trained. Plus, the planes are very old. The airport is now, for example, this is a brand new airport, right? Opened up only recently. But because it was brand new airport, it was away from the population. When plane crashed, it took long time to even rescue squad to come there. If they would have come right away, that shows the coordination of the emergency services. They could have saved some people there, because people died because of the fire, and they could have saved some people there. So that I think it is because of the poor maintenance of the airplane. Plus, it was old airplane. It was turbo airplane, I think. And the third thing is, I think somebody even noticed before that trip where plane went down, that one of the propeller was not working. And so I think definitely it's a mechanical thing, but we'll know more when they found the black box, so we know that. But it's a very unfortunate thing. And in last 10 years, I think in Nepal, almost 800 people died in plane crash.
28 plane crash in the last 30 years. That's a lot.
So that shows that very poor, as compared to other country, it's very poor record of the air safety there.
Absolutely. So they say the terrain is difficult, and the way this new airport was built, experts were saying that it will be difficult for the pilot to
No, but land. I think this accident happened before that.
Yes, just before.
Just before that. It means they saw that plane was tilting on one side. So that has nothing to do with the terrain of the plane or nothing. I think it was something went wrong inside the plane where pilot cannot control
Absolutely,
the plane.
absolutely. And somebody was having Facebook Live in India. They were looking at him. But as we pay our condolences for each and everyone, of course. And
so there were five Indians were there.
5 Indians were there.
They were where? From the India or from outside?
India. And they were in their 20s actually. 2 of them, one family member says they were preparing for a surprise birthday party for this boy to come back. So 2 Jaiswal brothers were also there. Anyway. So now as we conclude, I'll bring back a little bit of cheerful side of life with the Golden Globe Award that is given to the Nettu song of the film RRR. And that is uplifting spirit of many people. Your comments on that? And then
I think I would like to congratulate Ramamouli, RRR director, because I think that song was really very, very well written. Lyrics was excellent, and even the choreography was great.
Excellent.
And I saw that movie, and I really enjoyed that song, and I think it deserved to be award winning. And somebody sent me one posting on WhatsApp from the in 1930s or 1940s of Lauren Hardy thing. I don't know. You saw that?
No.
And if you see that song, it looks like then Nattu was copied from that.
Oh, I see it. Very interesting.
Absolute similar steps.
Oh, wow.
And this was 40 years ago.
Amazing.
So possible, because in all this in Bollywood and Hollywood or Tollywood, everything is taken from the previous saying. Of course, by creating a new creation and new creativity and tweaking and making it a little more better. But if you see that Lauren Hardy, absolutely same steps, you can't miss that one.
Absolutely amazing and interesting. Probably they were inspired by it, and I don't know about this clip, but I'll say that now technology has reached to the stage where they can create Lauren Hardy mimicking this dance. We don't know.
That can possible.
Yeah, that is also. But another interesting fact related to this, it was recorded before COVID hit in front of the palace or the official residence of Ukraine's president. So that's another. Now Ukraine.
Yeah, but Ukraine is known for welcoming filmmakers. Just like New York City is a well-known destination for filmmaker. Ukraine is also a well-known destination for filmmakers, because like Switzerland is well-known destination for the filmmakers, because particularly from the Asian filmmakers, Ukraine, Russia, and those countries are close by, economically much more reasonable, and I think that palace, whole scene, I think that part of the movie was placed in the palace, that presidential palace.
Absolutely. So thank you very much to you as well as to our viewers, and we covered RRR as Rahul Gandhi Republic Day and then this film. So your parting words for our viewers.
Well, I think, dear friends, we are approaching our Republic Day. That is a great thing, because we are independent, and not only independent since 47, but we are a country, Republic of India since 1955, correct? And I think that shows that we are true democracy in last so many years. No military intervene in our administration, and all the administrations, some did a good, some did bad, but current administration is doing great. So we really thank you, Prime Minister Narendra Bhai Modi, for his excellent work and make the India a world leader. And after saying that, let me say that God bless India, God bless America, and God bless Indian American. Thank you.